Hello and welcome to Soap Secrets. Now, we're going to start today's episode by talking about Emmerdale, please. Claire Rock. Claire Rock, the expert, is joining me now. Shall we talk about Emmerdale to start with?
Yes. Hi, Hannah. So this is another good week in Emmerdale. There's lots going on. So we saw Meena last week try to get Victoria in trouble by kidnapping little Theo, which you just don't. I mean, imagine how David felt when his son went missing. Even if she didn't hurt him, it's not acceptable. So this week, Meena insists on inviting Victoria out for girly shopping time. Ugh. Now, they don't really get on. I mean, they don't really have anything to do with each other. But, this is Meena wants, she perceives Victoria as a threat, a big threat to her relationship with David. Now, we all know that, Meena's killed Leanna and Victoria's desperate to get out of this. Meena is adamant that she should go on this trip. So what exactly does Meena have planned? I bet it's not shopping and a jug full of margaritas.
No, I really hope this is not another victim.
Well, it could so easily be Victoria, because if you'd have said to me that the Emmerdale writers would have Meena kidnap little Theo, I would have said never, because that's a horrific thing to do. So I say anybody's fair game at this point, and certainly really Victoria is.
Oh, storyline! Someone's got to catch up with Meena soon, surely. No one seems to realise. And Sarah, she secretly meets up with her donor's sister Chloe.
Yes. We talked about this last week about how Leanna's death really upset Sarah, and how she wanted to meet the her donor's family, find out more about the girl that passed, and she has her heart now. And so she's meeting up with the donor's sister, and she finally gets to see a photo of Gemma, the teenager that gave her heart. I think this is, without having counselling, I think this is emotional chaos, don't you?
It is. I mean, yeah, it is. I mean, I kind of understand it, but at the same time, this is, emotional chaos is probably the right thing to say.
It's massively emotional chaos. I don't think I could imagine doing that. It's very, very shocking. So I'm not quite sure, I'll be honest with you, where this storyline is going, because is this going? I mean, Sarah's in emotional chaos because she's trying to get a handle on this as she grows into adulthood. But where does this go? These people live quite close to them. Are they going to be friends for life? Is there going to be a massive row? Is Sarah going to have a breakdown? Anything could happen.
I suppose we'll explore all of the emotions that she'll go through, I guess, and many of those avenues will be right. I mean, it might all be a happy ending, but I doubt it will be a steady path to that ending.
No.
And Liv falls off the wagon.
She does fall off the wagon this week. And she does it. She was doing so well, but she meets a couple of young people in the Woolpack, and she gets drunk. She gets massively drunk. She doesn't just get a little bit tipsy like you and me and have a little bit of a giggle, Hannah.
With our goldfish bowls of red.
Yes. She gets, I can't remember what I did last night drunk.
Oh,
which
dear.
is quite scary. And she has disturbing flashbacks. So something happens. So just what did happen to Liv when she was drunk, and is this a wake-up call that she needs? I think that should be a wake-up call if you get that drunk that you can't remember.
Yeah.
And then, what exactly did happen? I mean, it could be, she has this disturbing flashbacks, but is she remembering things correctly? Just what went on?
Yeah,
it's
that's horrible.
Scary.
It's just been completely out of control, isn't it? It's absolutely awful. Yeah, I think it could be the wake-up call she needs, but then, let's be honest, you've got to then go and seek that help and be on the right track, because she has been for such a long time, and then just fallen off it, and that can happen to anyone.
Yes, quite easily.
Now, Coronation Street. Next week there's the trial of Corey and Kelly for the murder of Seb.
Yes.
That sort of begins, and so this week we see kind of some of the precursor to that, the trial shenanigans.
Yes, this is what I would call a bridging episode, because it is. We've had all of the Ty, the Fizz, and the Alina stuff, and next week, we've got the trial of Corrie and Kelly. This is massive. So this week they're sort of bedding in little bits, and boy, are they interesting. So Imran is representing Kelly. Cory comes from a rich family, and his dad's got pots of money, and he's got a really good legal team, and I'm using the word team here, Hannah. They've got more than one, because Kelly doesn't come from that kind of background. She's, her mum's not very good with her. Her dad, as we know, was the loan shark, and nobody knows this, but we all know that Gary killed him and buried him in the woods. So she doesn't have a dad. She thinks he's disappeared. Her mum's not standing up. So, Imran and Toya have sort of fostered her. But, Imran's just a man alone. This kind of, defence for when you're in charge for killing somebody, that's a team. That's teamwork, isn't it? You need a team of people, Hannah.
You really do, and you need a good lot of people behind you. I mean, we see that, don't we? When there are really good looking divorce cases, things like that, and there's sort of the divorce lawyers that seem to leave no stone unturned, and no matter what, they come off better. So it is all about it helps, I should say, having a good legal team.
It does. And then to add to this, Imran's horror, he discovers that his ex-wife Sabine is on the opposing team.
That's not what you want to see, is it? I mean, that's just not what you want to be fronted with.
So, so he's struggling, he's tired, he needs help, and then his ex-wife is smirking at him from the opposing team. So it's going to get messy, I'm guessing.
I think it is going to get messy, but that's not the only thing that's going to get messy, is it?
No.
Because my favourite storyline, Tyrone and Fizz. Now, Alina gets the wrong end of the stick this week, doesn't she? Because Ty and Fizz are talking and the heads are kind of together, and she thinks something's going on. Of course, we know that Tyrone sort of ended it, but it went very wrong, and of course Alina thought that he was really declaring his undying love, and he's gone down a road of no return. I mean, for most of us there would be a return, but not for Tyrone. He couldn't clear that mess up. And of course, she goes wild and says there's something going on between the two of you. But instead of saying, do you know what, I don't feel the way I did about you, or whatever he wanted to say, no, what does he do, Claire?
So actually it's not Alina that spots them, it's Emma, her friend.
Oh, and tells Alina.
Yes. So Emma's lovely. Emma's Steve's daughter, and she used to be she used to be Alina's flatmate. So they're friends, and she's how friends look out for each other. She sees Ty and Fizz with their heads together, and she thinks, hang on. Because she's one step back from it all, isn't she? She's not emotionally involved, so she thinks, hang on, and then Ty sees her thinking, hang on. He sees that she's spotted them together, and he explains he was just talking to Fizz about childcare. And at that point, when you're gabbling like that, someone's not quite telling the truth, because he's trying desperately to say, no, you didn't see anything. There was nothing there to see, and then to say, hey, look, I'm really into Alina. He goes out and buys a big, expensive engagement ring, a rock bigger than Gibraltar, to prove his love.
So, is this a cubic zirconia on Tyrone's salary? What's going on here?
Well, at the beginning of their relationship with Alina, he didn't have any money, so I'm not quite sure where he got this money to buy an engagement ring. Yeah.
Oh, that storyline. I think it'll go full circle. They'll be back together before you know it. You watch this space. I'm a betting woman these days, since I've been starting these podcasts with you.
I really think it's going to be a Christmas thing. I think we're going to have to. It's going to get... Because Christmas is coming. We mustn't forget that. I know. People are going, we haven't had August bank holiday yet, but Christmas is coming, and let's have a nice wedding at Christmas or something just before that to get everyone going. I really think that Coronation Street are going to take this as far as a wedding, and perhaps Fizz to come marching down the aisles going, no, it should be me.
Yeah. Well, watch this space. You heard it here first. Now, Hollyoaks. This week it's all about mercy, Silver, Cher and Romeo.
Yes. So we like this is dysfunctional family at its best. I mean, really at its best.
Yes.
I do find Hollyoaks do a dysfunctional family quite well. So we all knew that Cher was being really mean to her stepmother Mercy, but anyway, apparently she's reformed now. And she's upset that her dad Silver is scrambling for money for fertility treatment for Mercy and himself to start a family. Now we know that Cher previously had made Mercy believe that she was pregnant, and then she fitted her up for stealing Diane's baby. So there's a lot of history there. But now Cher we think that she's seen the error of her ways, and she offers up her savings to her dad, which is a nice thing to do. Here, Dad. She must have a lot of savings because, fertility treatments are massively expensive. So she's got a lot of money from somewhere. So she says, no, Dad, you have my savings, put it towards the fertility treatment. And then she says to Romeo, her boyfriend, that those savings, that she's given her dad the savings and that they were for their future together. Now, we all know, this makes Romeo really guilty because we all know, the fans, that Romeo had a one-night stand with Mercy, Cher's stepmum. So, as I said, dysfunctional family. They were
Majorly.
So, no one is telling the truth to anyone in that family. So, Romeo's not admitting to Cher that he slept with her stepmother. Mercy is feeling really guilty and hasn't admitted to Silver, her husband, that she slept with her stepdaughter's boyfriend. I have to think about this before.
This web of lies is quite hard to talk about.
It is. And Silver is keeping it from Mercy that he's gone to horrible, horrible Fergus to get extra money so that they can have fertility treatment. So nobody goes to Fergus for money unless you're desperate, Hannah. We know that.
You really don't. I mean, the thing is, really, they'd be better all to just sit down and sort of say the truth or dare.
Yes.
Let's have this out. So this is quite, it's quite a nice storyline actually this week, isn't it, I suppose, for Hollyoaks? Well, not nice, but I mean, it's different to what we have been watching.
It's very, very different because into this mix, of course, Donna Marie saw evidence that Mercy had a one-night stand with Romeo, and she's got incriminating footage. It's a one-night stand; it's not quite an affair, and she's been upping her blackmail demands. So as much as Silver's trying to get money for the fertility treatment, Mercy's trying to get money to pay Donna Marie off. And Mercy decides to sort Donna Marie out once and for all. But as always in Hollyoaks, there's a shock turn of events, and Mercy has to deal with the repercussions of her recent actions.
Will she still have a marriage?
Yeah.
That's the question on all of our lips. Right, we'll leave that one there. EastEnders, last but not least. We've got very pregnant Linda now, haven't we? And
yes.
She's attacked in the Vic. It's pretty gruesome.
It is. So Linda, I looked at her the other day and thought, you are just about to pop. She is, she's in the latter stages of her pregnancy, so she has her pregnancy bump is really quite noticeable. And we've had the lovely Whitney. She did a charity singing gig in the Vic, and they raised quite a bit of money, you see. So, obviously you could, if you were sitting in the Vic when it was all going on, you could see how much money was going into this pot. And a couple of thugs think, we're going to grab this. So when all of the punters leave, of course, they come back and wrestle with a pregnant Linda to grab this charity money. And Zach is in the pub upstairs in Nancy's room, still sneaking around behind Mick's back, Hannah. And he rushes downstairs. So will he be a hero? And if he is, will he get back into Mick's good books?
That I don't know. That I don't know. I mean, Linda must be really close to her due date now, mustn't she?
Well, I would say so. We haven't had any hint of any of that. So she got pregnant at Christmas. Well, we're at the end of August, aren't we? So and this is like her fifth baby.
It could come early. I mean, the thing is, we obviously know the Max situation. Is he going to turn up? Are we going to see a Max Branning return?
Well, it's his baby. He's already lost 2 children. I think it would be nice if he were to bond with this new baby.
That's true. But maybe you're right. Maybe that is a Christmas turn up. When she'll go off for mat leave, and maybe she'll just do like a cameo appearance in between. So now I'm making all this up now.
Anything could happen.
Anything could happen.
But she must give birth soon, unless we go for a 10 or 11 month pregnancy.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's a thing. Unless you're an elephant. I don't know how long elephants take. But anyway.
Isn't it 18 months?
Oh, is it? Oh, there you go. I'm going down a rabbit hole now. Right. And Vinny spills the beans to Tiffany about Dottie and Keegan's one night stand. So that's pretty awful for her.
Well, we all know Vinny's sweet on Dottie, so he's got jealous. She's going to be jealous of Keegan, so he wants to cause heartbreak. He's angry. He's upset, and Tiffany, this breaks Tiffany's heart. I mean, I know that their marriage had been a bit of a gale force 10 at the moment. It wasn't just it was just not having just a wobble. It is in serious trouble, I would say. Yeah, he had a one-night stand with Dottie. What's she going to say? Is this the end of their marriage? And is this the start of Tiffany leaving the square? Because there are rumours that Maisie Smith, who plays her, will not renew her contract. Right,
okay. So this could be the out. But I mean, it's a very lonely Christmas for Keegan, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, it will be.
Of his own making.
I can't say we keep talking about Christmas, but yes,
I know this is in media world. You have a kind of Christmas in July, and we're already working out what they've decided for Christmas. What are the big specials? You've heard it here first. We're telling you, this is what will be happening. Might still be summer, but. Well, another bumper week in Soapland, I'd say. Thank you very much for listening, and we will be back next week, and I will grill Claire a little bit more and see if we can get any more gossip out of her. Thanks for listening.